Greetings and welcome again to another episode of Let's Play Octopath Traveler. Admittedly, this is going to be my third attempt at doing this recording, and I'm having to do the audio post-commentary style, because when I originally recorded this, I found out a little bit too late that unfortunately my microphone was misconfigured. So I got all the video, but there was no audio to go with it. So I had to go back and attempt again to try and re-record, but again something else happened with my audio the second time around, so now we are back here trying to do this for the third time. Well, hopefully third time's the charm. But when we last left off, we had finally finished accomplishing Ophelia's Chapter 1 and managed to get a hold of the Lanthorn of Alfric, the Flame Bearer. So now Ophelia has officially started her pilgrimage. Now we are basically making our way westward towards the Woodlands in the little village of Swarky in search of our next traveler, the Huntress Hunnet. Admittedly, Hunnet is one of the more usable and interesting characters in the party because of how she plays, and we're gonna basically be going over some of that when we actually get there. Admittedly, some of the issues with the audio probably stem from me just not paying attention due to not really being able to get a hold of everything mentally with the new apartment move. So thankfully I have gotten everything moved into the new apartment and am now pretty much just limited to trying to get everything organized and in a way that is convenient for me. I still have quite a few boxes in the apartment, thanks to having to get rid of some of my furniture due to it being rather old. Now, I'm not really going to be going here into the Hoarfrost Grotto, because that place is danger level 25. It's a little bit outside of my capabilities at the moment. Instead, we are going to be heading westward to Swarky. Now, the Frostlands, I admit, have some very relaxing and soothing music. But as far as, aesthetics go, the Woodlands is easily my favorite area in the game. Just because I love the level of detail that you can see as it transitions from the Frostlands into the Woodlands. Just look at the detail that they put, on the trees and in the grass. And especially, here in the back, in the battles, you can see in the background, look at the detail on the tree trunks. You can see the texture a little bit of the bark. And I love how they managed to do that. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing what they do with Octopath 2 in regards to the level of detail that they go into. Because it's kind of hard to see just from the trailers that they've released so far, but what I've seen so far is very impressive. And I am hoping to be able to actually do more as far as recording sessions for this game, because I do want to try and at least get some way through this game before number 2 comes out. And right now, the move has basically just taken up so much of my time and energy, both physically and mentally, that I just haven't been able to record. But hopefully, once I get everything organized, that will change, and I can actually get things on a more manageable level and be able to actually make a set schedule for recording, so that I can at least get 2, maybe even 3 videos out a week. So, right now, as you can see, we're kind of just making our way through the forest. And we don't really want to go that way, Because if you look at the sign here, Swarky is a little bit to the south of us. The West Swarky Trail leads to Boulder Fall, which is where we found Therion. So I'm not really too concerned about going back there at the moment. Like, look at the level of detail. Like, they even have this little cabin out in the woods as you make your way into Swarky. And this is a quaint little village. Gonna do our normal shtick of basically like trying to find places and people that we can try to snatch stuff from or buy from if it's a little bit too hard to deal with at the moment.
Hi.
Now, hopefully I can get everything that I can that is like useful. Yeah, 15% chance of stealing. I'm gonna just purchase that even though it's a little pricey. Sometimes you get really good deals on trying to find stuff that has a low steal percentage. And right now I'm gonna kind of just go to the inn and heal up because I want my HP and SP back. Let's see if anyone actually can learn anything. Nope, nothing new there. Try to snatch a few more things while we're at it before we actually get to the main event. Ooh, 100% around the board. I like that. Try to get all the treasure chests and goodies that we want. Let's take a look at the armory. Let's see. Soldier's longbow. I do like that attack increase. I'm not too fond of that price though. That price is a little much. Other than that, not really much else to look at here. I'm gonna go ahead and sell a few things that I don't really need anymore. Don't really need this quartz rod because both of my stave users are running composite staff at the moment, which is honestly the better object. Let's see, let's get rid of this old junk. We'll hold on to these for now. And then we'll take a peek at the last couple of people. And there is our hunter. You will find very quickly that Hanit is one of my favorite characters.
Gods be with ye.
As far as like a character-wise, like I love Tressa, but Hanit is like the number one to me. Like of the female travelers, she is my favorite, and my original playthrough that I actually beat, she was the traveler that I started with. Her name is Hanit, and she is a hunter. One of the last descendants of her proud and ancient clan, she makes her home here in Swarky, deep in the Darkwood. This seasoned huntress roams the forest with Linda, her fast friend, though her mind often turns to her master, who left the village 1 year ago, on a dangerous hunt from which he has yet to return. When a local noble came seeking aid, she answered the call, and was tasked with hunting a vicious beast that plagues the nearby forests. And so she makes for the Whisperwood, with her loyal companion Linda at her side. She will need fierce allies on the path she has chosen. We'll go ahead and take Hanit along, and we will swap her out for Tressa. The nice thing about this is that we only really lose Tressa's spear capabilities. Hanit is able to run both bows and axes, so we get Alphen's axe capabilities back, and we maintain the bow, but we do lose out on Tressa's spear. This is something that you kind of have to take into consideration when composing your party, because you have to think about what weapons your party has available to it. So like right now I'm a little stumped just because I am running 2 stave users though that will change fairly soon. But for now, let's go ahead and take a gander at her past.
Good. Thou hast yet to depart.
Waylaid by sentiment, my girl. It'd ill behooven me to leave without...
Okay, now
my
admittedly
favorite
their
princess affair.
way of
Well,
speaking is a little
A
odd,
joke. as
but
always.
I kind of like it. It's very quaint. It's kind of old-timey. It's got almost like a rustic feel to the way that they speak, and I love it.
the request
And
cometh from
Hunnett's
none other
voice
than
actress
knights our
does an
dancers.
amazing
How
job
taken us to
of
distant lands,
like,
the beast we pursue
giving off the serious, no-nonsense, big sisterly type.
Looking not so glum, girl. I'm no tyro with green arrows and bruises on his bow arm. I'll do the deed and be back before 2 moons have passed. Still no smile? What is it, my girl?
'Tis not the hunt that concerneth me. Thou intendest to
She
stop
knows
off
something's
somewhere
up.
along the way.
And his silence is deafening.
Oh, here and there, mayhap. Why dost thou ask?
Thou forgettest or feignst ignorance, so I will remind thee. On the last hunt, thou gambledest away thy purse and
Oh,
came
dang,
back
she
a
calling him
poorer
out.
man than thou left.
Poor in coin, mayhap. Yes, I did make a few wagers at the arena in Victor's Hollow. And learned that while I have a keen eye for assessing the strength of beasts, I am quite at a loss with
Cheaply
men.
bought.
A little lesson that was cheaply
What the heck?
Not so cheap in the end. Eliza had to pay on thy debts, and thou only
Oh,
finishest
dang.
paying her back this last moon. Promise me, master, no more foolish gambling.
But what of the old Huntress saying? If the first arrow faileth, knock a second.
I don't know, that
Try
sounds
again.
sketchy, and I'm pretty sure that doesn't apply to gambling.
Thou just madest that one up.
Come now, girl. Thou art too young by half for such world-weary sighs. Must thou make
I think she's just tired of your crap, Zalta.
I turn to thee, Hagen. Looking after master.
Oh, dang.
For he can rarely be bothered.
She going
to
for the
looking after
throat.
himself.
Even thou takest her side against me, old friend?
He knoweth good sense when he heareth it.
Growlest thou not at me, thou faithless turncoat?
They do it out of love.
Hail, Hanit. Have you come to see us off?
I have come in to warn master about straying from the path.
And I thank you for it. I do not have the leaves to pay another debt like that.
Have I not a single ally in this infernal village?
I think they just know that you have your failings.
I am your friend, but I am also a knight ardent, and your client. You would do well not to forget this.
Not for a moment, most honorable Lady Eliza of the illustrious...
And suddenly he
Knights
turns
of
serious.
That's more like it. Fear not. I'll keep him out of trouble. I'll have him fill his evenings penning a detailed account of our adventures on the hunt.
Taken care, and may thine arrows strike true. I shall look after the forest till the day of thy return.
Thank ye, my girl, and farewell.
A year hath passed since that day.
A whole year.
In all that time.
Wait, one
Mr.
letter
only
in
be
a
bothered
whole
to send a
stinking
single
year? What the heck, man?
Hornet, 'tis me, thou revered master. Missest me? I won't bore thee with any blather about the weather or the season. Who knoweth when this will even arrive, after all? For 3 months now, I have pursued the trail of
3
the beast
months he's been
sought by the
chasing this
night
thing?
ardent. A beast by the name
Red
of
Eye.
Red Eye.
Spooky.
That's their name for it, leastwise. As for its true name, if it even hath one.
I don't know, that sounds kind of sketchy. That no one even knows what his real name is.
But on my father's bow, I swear 'tis the most vexing quarry I've ever had the misfortune to hunt. It eludeth my every trap, and though thou may thinketh me mad for saying this, I swear it can even senseth every move I make. I know not if it is human intelligence or pure animal instinct, but either way, it refuseth to be caught. Still, we appear to have annoyed it sufficiently that it is moving on to new pastures. Judging from its behavior, I believe it meaneth to make for the lands around
Stoneguard.
I will be frank with thee, my girl, though thou'st always been able to see through my pretenses. The chase will be hard, and the hunt will not endeth soon. But fear not, for endeth it shall. Hast thou ever noticed your master to fail in a hunt? And so I ask thee, my dear apprentice.
Look after the village until he returns. Who knows how long that's gonna be.
Oh, and be not a worrywart. Always thy friend and teacher, Xanta.
Never heard Master admitteth that any hunt would be difficult. Either this Red Eye is truly the most formidable of
It
beasts.
could be.
Or he stoppeth in every gambler's den from here to
Oh
Stoneguard.
dear Lord.
But no, Master liketh to act in the fool, but when it cometh to hunting, if he saith he will catcheth his quarry, then catcheth it he will.
Makes me wonder what happened then that he hasn't bothered to write a letter in the year
Yes, Linda.
other than the one that she has.
Master entrusted the safety of the village to me. My duty now is to the villagers. Come in. Let us visit in the headman, and see if anyone hath need of my
Let's see
bow.
if anyone has need of a bow. Let's see. Don't think. Yeah, we don't have access to the rest of the inventory just yet. So let's go and talk to the headman and see what we can do for him.
I am Hunnet.
Gotta keep ourselves busy somehow.
Hello.
Oh, no hunt today? Well, how am I gonna keep myself entertained?
I see.
Youngsters are always in need of lessons. Clan of the Darkwood inherited the lore of the beasts. Only thou and Xanta can truly use us that lore. I've heard your story. Know how long they are. Oh dear. Long-winded tales are the vice of many an old man. This is very true. Old people do like to talk.
I'm asking ye.
And now we are going to be introduced to Hunnet's path action, Provoke. This allows her to essentially pick fights with NPCs using the beasts that she is able to capture. Hunnet is, as much as it behooves me to say it, she's basically like a Pokemon trainer in that she can actually capture monsters that you
Let
find
us
in the
begin.
field
Come in.
and
if thou
use them in
darest.
battle. So like Linda is basically the equivalent of a spear attack.
Letting the hunt begin.
And then you have the fox here, which is a sword attack that can also blind enemies. And then I believe the mossy meep is actually a healing beast.
Now then. So.
I have never seen anyone actually thank somebody for getting the crap beat out of them, but that was amusing. So now we get to beat up another one. Teach me, Huntress.
Letting us begin.
Teach you. Okay.
Come in.
Linda, beat the crap out of him.
What next?
Let's see. Yep, Mossy Meep is a rather substantial healing
Letting
ability.
the hunt begin.
But that takes care of this one.
I honor thee, my quarry.
And we got our first level up. Ugh.
Well.
Yep.
Excellent.
Very important lesson. Oh, she's adorable. She does sound a little bit more mature than she looks, though. Which is kind of odd, but then again, that's...
Understood.
I've noticed that that's a trait shared by a few characters or NPCs in this game. An urgent hunt, perhaps. Let's see what we have.
Greetings.
The request comes from Lord Ciaran. A beast has strayed into his provincial forest.
I see.
I'm asking ye.
Oh no. Have I told it that many times? Yes, clearly you have. Because she knows exactly what you're going to say.
Splendid.
I am ready.
I'm asking ye.
Fair befallen thee.
Now let's see what this guy has to say.
Well met.
Monsters pay little heed to the convenience of men. Very true.
Nay.
Quarry's a fearsome beast that has wandered into the Whisper Woods. Wonder why it left its home.
Yes.
Merchant and an injured companion fetched up at the manor in awful shape. Their caravan had been waylaid, and they were the only survivors. That's not good.
This bodeth ill.
Well,
Scholars were called upon to investigate. Concluded they were attacked by a savage beast known as a Gisarma. Well, that sounds intimidating.
Truly.
Baleful roar would make it an unlikely fit for the Whisperwood. Well, we'll try our best.
I am ready.
I love how Linda is kind of just sitting there on the ground calmly. I hope he'll continue to inherit only his better qualities. He shows by example both what a hunter oughteth and oughteth not to do. Dang. Right for the jugular. See, this is why I love Hannet the most out of all the female travelers. Like, she is basically kind of like the big sister of the group, and I relate to her no-nonsense, straightforward approach very much, because that's kind of how I am in a lot of things, especially in regards to like work and such. But now we can actually go ahead and equip her with some stuff that is better than the piddling things that she's got right now. So let's go ahead and go with the battle axe more than likely, because I like that additional physical attack and the accuracy boost. And then let's see, we got the arcane bow and the stone bow. Okay, it blinds the target. And then it decreases target elemental attack. We'll go with the arcane bow for now, just because I feel like increasing the critical is a little bit more important, and getting better stats in that area. Now, as far as her body armor, let's see, do I want evasion or do I want speed? I'm probably going to go with the wind attire, just because I need speed more and it's got a little bit better physical defense. So we'll go ahead and buff her hit points and her critical, I think. Do I want critical or do I want accuracy? No, we'll go with critical, just because of the 8 travelers, Hanit, I believe, is tied for the highest critical stat in the entire party. She also has one of the highest accuracies, if not the highest. So being able to boost her crit chances makes her a valuable member of the party, especially once you start getting her higher level skills that start hitting multiple enemies. So right now the only thing we need for her is a shield, and I don't know, do I really want to do the, you know what, yeah, let's go ahead and go with the soldier's longbow. Give her that extra boost to the critical and physical attack. Not really much else we need that's here, but we can sell all of the useless junk that we no longer have use for. So we get rid of the arcane hatchet, her base equipment. Don't really need that. Let's see. Yeah, I think we'll keep everything else. I want to say Alphen has the mighty belt, which would be a blessing for Hanit. So I think later on I might actually pull him out of Mothball at the tavern and give her the mighty belt, just because I feel like it would be a much more useful item attached to one of my strongest characters. Because in addition to having the highest critical, Hanit is tied with Ulbrich for having the highest attack power in the entire party. And being able to boost that attack is going to make her very useful, especially once you start getting advanced jobs. And I know I may have gone over that briefly and alluded to it in earlier videos, but yes, you can get additional job classes for the characters, one of which is a godsend in the hands of either Hanit or Ulbrich, because of just how massively powerful it becomes with the right setup.
Well then.
In fact, once we get to that point, I can show you exactly how powerful that combination can be. I think the annoying thing right now is that even though I have a full party, I don't have as many weapon skills as I would like. to have.
And
And quite frankly, I'm hoping that we can get out of here soon and have all of our travelers in place. That way I can start moving on to the bigger and better things. Because once we start gaining access to all the Chapter 2 areas, our power creep is going to shoot through the roof. Especially once we start introducing elements of the game that are going to make your party composition so much easier and give you a lot more flexibility.
time to teach you a lesson.
And like definitely
Let
like
the
our
hunt
next
begin.
our next party member that we're going after, like
Out of my
I'm
way.
not looking forward to losing Cyrus as a character because of his ability to basically just pull weaknesses out of thin air.
What next?
That is proving to be very useful right now. That way I don't have to actually waste time looking up enemy weaknesses.
I'll not be defeated.
So we're gonna be losing Cyrus for the next character that we go after. And one of the reasons I chose to go after Huntress now instead of waiting till later, because if you noticed, more than likely, the bosses of these Chapter 1s tend to get a little bit stronger with each traveler we
I'll
had.
do my best.
That's why the danger level has been going up. And quite frankly, Huntress Chapter 1 boss, if you fight it as one of the final ones, that boss can be ridiculously difficult to handle. Like
Not bad.
I've done a playthrough where I got Huntress last of all the travelers, and quite frankly, the Gisarma is no joke if it's the last Chapter 1 boss. Especially if you don't have a proper party composition. Because I think the first time that I fought it, I didn't have Alphen or Ophelia with me. And I nearly got my butt kicked doing it. And this is definitely a problem. So it's not done in the name of survival. Ugh. This reminds me of the Jurassic World movie where the big bad dino from that movie was killing other dinosaurs for sport instead of for food, like others would.
This bodeth ill.
Thine heart is filled with fear. It madest thee bear witness? That's kinda scary, to be honest. I like how she can actually like communicate with the animals
thou
though.
wilt.
The fact that a huntress can do
Thou
that
hast my
makes her
thanks.
very useful for the party in these types of areas. But to slay him for sport, for
Unacceptable.
pleasure or greed is to betray the law of nature. Yes, she's hunting to restore the balance to the forest. This is something that I can get behind. It's also one of the main reasons why I love Huntress so much as a traveler. Like, of the travelers, she's probably one of my top three. Like, my top three is definitely Alphen, Tressa, and Huntress. Just because, like, she doesn't do the things that she does, like, for no reason or for sport. Like, she hunts and she does her work for a just cause. And, like, that's something that I can get behind. It also makes her very
I'll
relatable
make this quick.
to someone like me who's a little bit of a workaholic,
Out of my
and I
way.
take my work very seriously. So definitely like something that I consider when I think of like what I like in a character and what types of characters appeal to me the most. That's a rain of arrows that attacks random foes 5 to 8 times in a row. Like that. Hanet has a lot of abilities that make it very easy to break opponents, especially if they are weak to bows. In fact, she is, as a physical fighter, she is one of the best at breaking enemies just because of how much her attacks can wail on an opponent. So we'll go ahead and run around. We're gonna try to find all the goodies before we actually make our way to the boss. Now I think once we finish getting through all of the area before the boss and finding all the chests and everything, I'll probably do the same thing as I've been doing in stopping to pause while I get our new traveler up to a more respectable level. As it says, the danger level here is about 11, so you want Hanet at least there before you actually take on the boss, because again, Gisarma is not a joke. If you start with Hanet, it's relatively easy and simple, but this late in the chapter 1, it can give you some trouble if you're not prepared for it. I think I should be in a good position though with the party that I have, because Tyrion alone is very useful both as a dodger in his high-ass evasion, but Ophelia serves as a very respectable healer, especially for full party heals, even if they're not quite the same level as Alphins. And then Cyrus works well as a overall damage dealer on the magical side. He's also good for breaking because of the sheer amount of elements that he has available to him. So right now Hanet is able to learn her next, her first skill. She has some very interesting abilities. I'm going to end up going with something else, but Thunderbird is basically kind of like your basic standard heavy lightning damage to a single foe, kind of similar to Thyrion's fire spell and Alphin's ice spell. Now, the one that we're going to go for is more than likely the one right below it. In fact, the skill that we're getting, Leg Hold Trap, is one of the most important and broken abilities in the entire game. Causes a single foe to act at the end of the turn for 2 turns. Boosting will increase the amount of turns this skill takes effect. It basically forces an enemy to the back of the turn order for however long it's in effect. In normal battles, this isn't so much of a deal, but for bosses, it is a godsend. And it makes Hanet one of the most useful characters for boss battles just because of her ability to set Leg Hold Trap and prevent an enemy from attacking before you. Because one of the nice things is it gives you the ability to break them before their turn comes up. Now, Mercy Strike is a little interesting. It's kind of like False Swipe from Pokemon. It leaves the target with 1 hit point if it would otherwise kill them. This is most useful for her capture ability. She is able to capture monsters, as I mentioned before, and the lower their health, the higher a chance of actually acquiring them. Now, Arrow Storm is basically an upgrade of Rain of Arrows. It attacks all foes 5 to 8 times with a bow. Arrow Storm is a very useful ability to have later on, and Take Aim obviously will increase accuracy and critical for about 2 turns or however long. Now, Ophelia can actually learn something new, so of the 3 that are here, I'm probably going to go ahead and go with Reflective Veil, because that is the most useful skill that she currently has available to her. But we've also unlocked a new support skill, Inner Strength, which increases SP by 50, and for a healer, this is going to be very useful. In fact, for any magic user, that would be very useful. So as you can see, we've reached the end of the line. We'll go ahead and stop for now, and we will be right back. Okay, so Haunted is now at level 9, which is a little bit better. Well, we're not going to go ahead and fight just yet, so I want to get her a little bit higher before we actually go after the boss. But I did want to at least, like, show that we did get her leveled up a bit, and I did go and actually capture a few extra monsters that were available in the area, like the Manticore and a couple of Ratkins that are going to be usable. So for now, I think we're going to go ahead and call that a video. So right now I'm just taking a quick inventory of my stuff, and we'll go ahead and call that here, and I'll be back next time with Hunted at a higher level and more prepared to deal with the Gisarma. Now, if you liked the video, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. I do appreciate it, and I am, again, apologize for taking so long with actually getting these out. So I'm hoping that in the near future I'll be able to do a much more, what's the word I'm looking for, more steady recording schedule. But until that time, we'll probably be doing maybe 1 or 2 a week if I can. But until that is able to be done, we'll go on at the same way that we've been doing. But thank you all for being here. I do appreciate it. I'll see you all next time. And this is Alden Foodry signing off for the evening. Farewell.